um, I would hear the town gossip at the kitchen table, and these families, like once they were established, this is the rich family. This is the family that owns the thrift shop. Like you just know who's who in that town. So maybe that's what, the scuttlebutt was all about, how Lorelai's special
You know
because
what?
she had been a
That's
privileged kid
interesting because
in her youth.
I don't know if they're trying to tell us that nobody knows kind of where she comes from, because I think she started in that town as a maid and then worked her way up to it. So I don't know that the town knows it. What I thought you were saying is that she will always have that air about her where like no matter what, she grew up in opulence,
Yes.
right? Like no matter what,
Mm,
she has this I'm a I'm a debutante. I have come out to the
Right.
world. Like
Right. She has
people
a,
pay
a
attention to me.
entitlement that
mm-hmm.
is baked in, that she
Well, have we not met her parents yet in
Yeah,
this
we met
season?
him right up front. But listen, Tim is saying she's still rich. That's the crux of the show. They
That's what I'm
don't
yes.
want
saying.
you to think about.
Yes.
That's
They're
true.
That
wealthy. And the town knows she's wealthy, so that's why
I
they
don't.
talk
Do you
about her.
think
That's why they
so?
care
I don't know that
extra.
I
they.
don't know, because we see in season, I guess it's the end of season 1, Emily's first visit to Stars Hollow. I don't
Right.
think Stars Hollow
Oh,
knows about Emily and Richard.
so she didn't grow up in Stars
No,
Hollow?
she grew up in
Oh, just
Hartford.
Lorelai did. I mean the kid. The kid. Who's the kid? Rory. Rory
She
Yes.
grew up
did.
there,
Yeah.
but Lorelai
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
not.
Rory grew up in a shack next to
Interesting.
the inn,
Right.
like in a
Oh.
garbage bag for a blanket.
She's living this lie that she's a single mom, like that pulled herself up by her
But she did.
Right.
bootstraps.
But she
But she
is, but
did,
she
right?
has
Because
this,
her
she
parents
has in the
didn't help.
back of her head, and this is a thing that I think people underestimate, that that your parents have a ton of money, and
Mhm.
in the back of your head that you'll never be homeless, your kid is never going to
Mm-hmm.
starve to death. If you
Mm.
knew for a fact that no matter what you did your kid was going to be fine, you would treat people differently,
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah,
And I think
I wonder if you can
Yes.
ever shake that off. And it's clear that she didn't shake it off, because when push comes to shove, she's asking her parents for money. And the people who have sincerely cut their parents off will be homeless first.
right, exactly. But she didn't completely cut them off. She went super low contact,
That's true. That's
to
true.
borrow
Mm-hmm.
a phrase. But she still has that safety net.
Yeah.
People who cut
Right.
off
Which,
their
yeah.
parent, like, I'm never speaking to my parents again, they're dead to me, like I'm starting over, they would rather be homeless. They'll
Yes.
than
And Dee Dee Hogan is saying, I think, something similar. She always had the air of someone who could take risks, knowing that
Mhm.
if everything went wrong, she can go back to Hartford.
Yes.
Oh, and Tim is saying, I'm so glad to hear this. Tim, it was you we were
Yes,
reading.
Tim.
Yes.
Well,
Tim,
it's,
we
yeah,
read
I
Tim's
mean, I think
comment
it's
and he's like,
important to
great
acknowledge that
comment.
Yeah, good point.
it's called, no, it's called privilege. And that's the thing. I think that's why when people are Nepo babies or when they're entitled and they say, I worked hard, it's like, yes, you experienced hardship and yes, you faced challenges, but you still do not know what life is like without the ability
Right.
to,
And you
yeah,
you
have a
can have
safety net.
advantages in all kinds of different ways too. I think the super uber hot people,
Mhm.
and they talk about this on 30 Rock, where you have hot
Thank you.
privilege, and you never, like, the world treats you in a different way than the world treats the uggos.
The thing is everybody, most people have some kind of privilege in one area, at least in their life. I think
Mhm.
what happens is we turn the word privilege itself into a bad word, almost into a slur.
It is
And
kind of a
so
slur.
it's like when,
It's an
yeah, it's an
accusation.
accusation. It's something that puts the person down before they begin. It's like, no, you just have this thing. Like you have privilege in this area, pretty privilege, money privilege, location privilege, um, maybe just privilege in the car realm because you always had access to a
Well,
car,
yes.
or